Hello, my man. Welcome to the jungle. As seen behind me, I wanted to do this video because I feel that it's important to talk about missed communication. Whoop! What does that mean? It's the thing that you thought of slightly afterwards when you spoke to your spouse or your brother or somebody else, like a friend, and you feel like, oh, I really want to say that to them, but I don't know if I can because time's run out. They are on their way to bed. They are on their way to the airport, and you go, oh, I don't know that if it's going to be meaningful in this moment because, whoa, slow down. Those thoughts that you're having in your head right now, or had in your head at that time, you got to get this stuff out, man. You got to talk about this stuff. Here's why. I'm reminded of many times in my childhood where I didn't say what I meant, or I thought that I would be losing a friend if I said exactly how I felt. Or, you know what? I thought maybe I'd be hurting somebody's feelings by communicating my own truth to them. Therefore, I didn't say it. So what I did was I eroded my own boundary, forsaken my own boundary to save the friendship, what I thought to save the friendship. And it was never that. It was never that. So don't ever think that what you have to say is not important. Don't ever think that. Don't ever think that it's not going to matter because it's going to fall on deaf ears. They're not listening anyways, and it'd be a waste of my time. Or I'm not going to bother because I want to keep it to myself. And the time that I spent doing that, I could have spent, folding laundry. Come on, man. Folding laundry? Ugh. So in my childhood, when I thought about telling somebody exactly how I felt, the conflict inside me was insane. And I crafted so many stories in my head about losing a friend, having a fight, thinking that I was going to be a bully to them by saying exactly how I felt. And so much more anguish and anxiety. What happened though? As I got older, I got resentful, and I resented myself for not communicating. Now you might say, okay, well, Jesse, you talk about not saying exactly how you feel and not telling your truth all the time, and that builds up resentment, it accumulates. Yeah, I do. But I'm talking about the precise moment after you've had the conversation to your friend or your spouse. And it's so important and imperative that you get that extra little piece in that you just thought of because you've arranged your thoughts, you've processed the last sentence of theirs or yours, and you go, oh, they need to hear this too. I want them to hear this as well. But you second guess yourself. Guess why? Like me, when I was a kid, I didn't value my own worth. I didn't think that I was worthy enough to be heard. So therefore I went on going, it doesn't matter anyway. That old sour grapes or that old, I'm not going to be heard. It doesn't matter. I'm going to have to use more descriptive words and it's not going to make sense anyway. You come up with all the excuses that you want. Whether they hear it or not, whether it makes sense to them or not, whether you feel that you shouldn't waste their time is irrelevant. You've got to get this out, man. Because if you don't say anything at all, you don't tell your truth, you start to accumulate resentment every time you do this. Even if it's like 10 seconds later and you're like fuming, you got to get it out. You got to get it out. You've got to say it. You've got to tell your truth. Not doing this is doing yourself a disservice. Showing up for yourself means taking initiative to do it, even when you think that it's going to go bad. Even when you feel like, Oh, I don't know how I'm going to rally the courage around that. Be valiant. Go do it. I can tell you it's going to serve you well to be able to show up for yourself, because you're going to be able to do it over and over again after that, because you're going to create the space needed for conversation that you get to have, that you create opportunity with. When you do this, even after you've had the best conversation, you go, oh, but there's something else I want them to know too. Go tell them. Go tell them. And be totally present and telling them, you know what? What you just did triggered me. And I want you to know. And I just thought of this after we had this conversation. And I want you to know that I feel this way every time we've had a conversation about this, and this is what's happened. Frame it like that. Find a way, because your body will find a way to keep the score, to keep whatever pain point in your head. It will accumulate in your body insofar as to make you angry one day, and you're going to pop. You're going to get really angry because it's all going to accumulate. And you might be sitting there going, Jesse, I don't know what you're talking about. And you're getting fuming angry about it, because let me tell you something. I'm reflecting something at you right now that you get to see in yourself. Or maybe you're like, man, you're right. You're right. It's time to face this. Every time I have a conversation with her and I don't say anything afterwards, even after I've thought about something that I really want to say, I gotta say it. Now's the time, my friend. It doesn't matter if it's 10 seconds afterwards. It doesn't matter if it's a minute, 11 minutes. Always say your piece and then be at peace with it. If you're not sure exactly how to do this and you've been in and out of conversations and you can't mount the courage to do it, I know a guy that's going to help you out with that. This guy. I can help you. I can support you through this. I've been through this many times. I am so prepared to help you through this and to give it my all. I want you to contact me. info@thevaliantlifestyle.com. Go to my website. Sign up for my newsletter. Put your email in for the Intrepid Insider. I also want you to go to my website, thevaliantlifestyle.com. When you do this, you're going to book yourself a 30-minute discovery call, and we're going to find out what's what, man. I'm going to help you get a plan together to do this, all right? I'm going to leave it there, but you get the gist. Thank you for watching. Let's do this!